What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Saturday afternoon? My name is Eric. Welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. This is not a replay. This is live. We are live on a Saturday afternoon in May. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. Remember that we are a VR talk show that airs live normally every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go live to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and the multiverse. But if you cannot catch us live, remember you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform. Let me introduce my partner, Todd. What is going on today, buddy? How are you doing?
Diddly. What a great Saturday morning. It's gorgeous here, man. Holy cow.
I keep forgetting it's still morning for you. Like it's 1 o'clock
It
in
is.
the afternoon for me,
Yep.
but it's still morning for you, bro.
It is. It's
Are you still drinking coffee?
I am. I'm actually
Nice.
drinking juju this morning to wake me up.
Oh, so that's not coffee, then it's juju.
It's even better. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you're putting the juju in your coffee, then that's you may have a
that
problem
would
at that
be
point. We may have to call somebody.
Definitely
and see
not
if they
doing
can
that.
come and help you. Yeah, this is we don't normally go on Saturdays, and except unless we're going to do like reality bites
Right.
with Gamertag, which is a lot of fun, and Gamertag and D and you and myself, usually a couple of times a month, or try at least once a month to do reality bites. So when we do that, we get a chance to come out on a Saturday, but it's been a little while for that. It's been really busy. Everybody's schedule's been super busy, so no reality bites in a while, but it feels good to get back here on a Saturday afternoon.
It does. We're still kind of on the tail end of convention season, so we're traveling all over the place all the time, which makes it difficult to do weekend shows. But even in a couple of weeks here, we're gone for 2 more shows. So
yeah, it's cool
it'll
though.
all die down.
It will, and then summertime will happen, and then we won't want to do it. We won't want to do it because it's too damn nice out to do it. But
Right.
in the meantime, we'll try and get back to some reality bite shows. But we'll it's nice to be able to do these special shows where we do these things to because number one, we have a large audience that's not in our time zone, that's in a different time zone than even you or myself. So we try and like accommodate some of those people that we want to catch us live. There's a lot of people that try and in Europe that are catching when we go live at 9 p.m. It's like 2, 3 in the morning for them.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be able to give that side of our audience a chance to catch us live at a decent time, a decent hour of the day. So I do like doing these special shows, and to do it for the special guests that we have today is like perfect. It's like it makes a ton of sense, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We haven't had these guys on enough, and the last time we did, it was so much fun. So I can't wait.
It was too, and we're going to bring them on here in a second. Let me just quickly say hello to our chat. We got some people filling in now that people see that we have gone live on a weird day. So
Yeah.
let's say hi to Jenna Sequa in chat. How are you doing, Jenna? Classy Grandma is here. Classy Grandma has had a request, Todd. Classy Grandma is she's not as young as some, and she has requested that we don't go live at 9 p.m. anymore because she cannot make the 9 p.m. shows. Classy Grandma she's asking and requesting that we change the time of our show to 8 o'clock p.m. So she said, I don't know if that request can happen, but she would love us if we did that. So
I don't even know if I'm home from work by then.
we are 90 episodes into this crazy show that we've created. I don't know if we can change the time now, but we'll definitely take it under advisement. Classy Grandma.
Right.
Thank you for your request, though. SideQuest VR is here and saying hello to everybody. Hello, we got Bob at SideQuest saying hello to everybody. Traveling Man 3775, Mickey Burr is here. Sadly, it's Bradley has stopped in. What is up, Brad? Brad says, have a good show, lads and ladies. Salvador is here. Let's see who else. Brandon VR is here. Says, hey all, my PSVR 2 prescription lenses just came today. Holy crap. He's been waiting for these prescription lenses for 2 months to play his PlayStation. It's been sitting in a box in his living room because he's been afraid to scratch the lenses with his glasses on inside the headset. So he's been waiting for these prescription inserts, and they finally arrived. Congratulations, Ryan. Hope you have some good time in your PlayStation VR 2 today. Bearbell Man is here. VR Spry Guy. Who else do we have here? Michelle B is here. Skiva007 is here. He says, "What up, homies? What up, Skiva? How are you doing?" I was running some Ghost of Tabor last night, late, Todd, late after Virtual Strangers.
After Virtual Strangers, oh my god!
It was almost 4 a.m.
Oh
when
my
I got
God.
done, and I was out with my daughter going to softball by 8:30 this morning. So, yeah, I'm hooked.
She was playing softball.
I'm just hooked on it. I can't get out of it. Blue Bottles is here. Awesome Tatum is here. You know how awesome Tatum is? He's just awesome, Todd.
He's awesome.
Soundbite for awesome Tatum.
We definitely do.
Because you know who's not here again?
I know.
Orland Hooper's Jack, yo. Yeah,
I
Orland
haven't seen
Hooper's
him.
not here. How can I do I can't do his sound drop if he's not here.
I know. It feels weird doing it without him in,
it does.
in chat.
But you know who sound drop I always love doing, whether they're here or not, and that is the Grey Wolves.
How dare you?
How dare I? What are you saying? What are you trying to say? No, the Grey Wolves, Todd.
Oh. Hang on.
No, that's applause. Todd, are you okay? Yeah. Have some more coffee.
Right.
I'm looking for the Grey Wolves. Like a boom, 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 boom. That's what I'm looking for.
It's usually the Call of the Wild. When we play that, he starts coming.
I know, right?
Maybe he'll show up in chat.
Did you change your buttons all of a sudden?
Yeah, I had it set up for gaming instead of streaming. So yeah,
I
forgot to switch it over.
Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Like I said, Todd is fired. He's absolutely fired. But thank you guys for coming here. We appreciate it. It's a special day, and I want to get to our guest right away because there's a lot to talk about. And they have been on the show before, but we'll say welcome back to Shane and Orla Harris, the founders of SideQuest. Hey guys, how are we doing?
Hey.
Hello.
And I should say, actually, Shane, I think this is your first time on the show, but Orla has been here before.
That's right.
We were just talking earlier before the show. The last time Orla was here, she was doing it from like a garden dome in the middle of the night. I think it was like 3 a.m. in the morning you did the show. And so you look like you're way more comfortable this time than you were last time.
Yeah, it's a nice evening here. 7 p.m. sunny Spain, sunny day.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to have both of you on the show this time. We can talk we're going to talk a lot of stuff. We're going to talk some SideQuest. We're going to talk a lot about Banter. And then, first I want to say, guys, it's almost your birthday again. So,
I know.
Yeah. So Orla, the last time you're here, it was your third birthday. You were here with Tatiana from Disco VR, and she is she's still the community. Is it the community manager for SideQuest?
That's right.
The same title.
Yep.
So
she's
you guys
in
were
the
here.
chat.
Yeah. What's going on, Tatiana? How are you doing today? And you were here doing your third race. So yeah, happy birthday. And Todd, let's show that video from last year. That thing was awesome, dude. Happy third birthday, SideQuest from Q2C VR Gamer. Thank you for 3 years of giving developers a place to showcase their games and a way for gamers to play them. Here's to many more years. You rock, SideQuest.
Happy birthday, SideQuest. You've been an amazing resource for that small developer, and as a VR gamer, we appreciate everything you do.
Happy birthday, SideQuest.
Happy birthday, y'all, and thanks for providing us with awesome side-loaded content since the good old days of Quest 1.
I just wanted to take a minute to say happy birthday, SideQuest, and congratulations on not only being able to stay relevant for all these years, but continue to provide awesome services to the VR community. Congrats. You should be proud.
Happy birthday. What is up, everyone? GT from Gamertag VR here, and I just want to wish SideQuest a happy third birthday. Thank you for all you've done for virtual reality. There's so many games now that people have experienced, and so many games that developers have been able to bring to the platform, all thanks to you.
Hey there, Otterworldly here and Questy. We just wanted to wish SideQuest a very happy third birthday. Thank you for all that you do for the VR community.
Paradise the K here. Happy birthday, SideQuest. 3 years old today. I'm looking forward to watch you grow.
Hey there, SideQuest. Soulfox here. I just want to say happy third birthday and thank you for being such an awesome service for all of us Quest users out there. We greatly appreciate you.
Happy third birthday, SideQuest. I was going to record a kind of funny, jokey, silly message, but I've decided to do something sincere instead. I just wanted to say thank you for creating such an incredible platform. A platform that gives VR users access to amazing apps, experiences, and games that they would otherwise not have access to. You are a genuine credit to the VR community, and I can't wait to see how you grow over the next 3 years. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
SideQuest from Thrill Seeker.
here.
And Pierre for the virtual reality show!
Hey, happy birthday.
Love you guys!
Hello, we're Peanut Butter and we just want to say happy birthday! Happy birthday, SideQuest! Mazel tov!
Thank you, SideQuest, for being an awesome platform. Without you, Arcaxer wouldn't be what it is today.
Thank you, SideQuest.
3 years, woo!
I can't believe it's been 3 years since SideQuest entered the scene and gave developers an alternative place to place their games and applications. Happy birthday, SideQuest.
Hi, this is Sebastian from MRTV. Happy birthday, SideQuest. You have been rocking it for the last 3 years, and I can't wait to find out what you got in store. See what I did there? For the future. So that is so cool. Celebrate like there's no tomorrow. Can't wait to meet you in person. Bye-bye.
Hello there. This is Benny from Hello Real. Just want to drop in and say happy 3rd birthday, SideQuest.
Wowie! Happy birthday, SideQuest, and thank you for everything you have done for VR over the past 3 years. Here's to many more.
Hey guys, what's up? We're Tribe Grey Wolf.
Hey!
And we just want to say happy birthday to
Orla
and Shane. Happy birthday!
I'm Alex VR.
And I'm Skiva.
And we are Between Realities, here to say happy birthday to SideQuest. Thank you guys.
Thank you for all you've done for the VR community and for liberating my quest.
We are huge fans of everyone at SideQuest. Please keep up the great work, and we cannot wait to celebrate another birthday with you. See you next year.
Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Brad, and I'm wishing SideQuest a very happy birthday.
Hello! Happy birthday, Orla and Shane.
Yes, yes, yes. Happy birthday, and we all really appreciate all that you do. And here's to many, many more years.
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm Short Stack VR, wishing SideQuest a happy 3rd birthday and many more to come. Let's get back into VR.
Hey, Mateo311 here, and I just wanted to say happy 3rd birthday to SideQuest. It's an amazing tool that has added so much value to my quest, and I appreciate you guys so much.
Hey SideQuest, you've come such a long way, and so many more exciting conquers are ahead. Thank you for allowing me to have the best job in the world, and for inviting me to build the VR future together. Happy 3rd birthday, SideQuest!
3, 2, 1!
Damn, that was pretty killer.
That makes me so emotional, guys.
Right?
That's
That's
nice you
so
made me
good.
cry on your show.
Right? Right? No, sorry about that.
Oh, that's so nice.
It was funny. There was other people in chat too. Jenna Sequas says, I'm for sure leaking from my eyeballs.
Oh, goodness.
That was so
You're
much
lovely.
fun. That was one of the easiest things I think we ever put together, because we said we're gonna have Orla on and Tatiana on. Let's do a little birthday thing and just see, we'll reach out to some people that we know and just say, hey, do you want to do a quick video? And literally everybody's like, yes, absolutely, I'll do something. And like it was super easy to put together. And it was like so many people were like, just love you guys and love everything that SideQuest has done. And 3 years back then, now 4 years. Can you guys believe that it really has been 4 years on this crazy wild ride for you?
It's going very fast. Yeah, it's crazy to think 4 years. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, now, so like, 4 years. I mean, there was no Quest 2. It was a Quest 1, and basically that's how this all started. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about what SideQuest has been doing for the last year or so. Because since that last birthday, there's been a lot of things happening at SideQuest. So there's been a lot of promotions and things going on that you've kind of morphed a little bit and changed. You have your own ambassador program now in the sidekicks. So just tell us a little bit about, without getting into Banter directly, let's just talk about some of the other things that SideQuest has kind of been doing in this last year since we had that video.
You want me to take that, Orla?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, there has been a lot of exciting things, right? And there's a lot of exciting things still yet to come. Like you said, we've been sort of expanding beyond just developers and working with content creators as well, and trying to find ways to kind of cross-pollinate and to benefit everybody there. And that's been going really great. You guys are aware. And yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff we've been sort of doing behind the scenes, we obviously got our whole sort of giveaway system graduated out of our smaller Discord onto the actual website. So now we're able to reward people just for being involved, giving people free keys, free headsets, all that kind of stuff, pretty much constantly since this time last year. And a lot of the stuff that you maybe haven't seen is we've been, I guess, spending a lot of time giving some love to developers, right? We're working on a brand new developer portal that really gives a significant improvement to how developers kind of work with SideQuest. Tons of analytics that help them really, track what's going on with their games, tracking their development on that. Yeah, we've got a bunch of other tools in that regard that we're sort of working on behind the scenes, which might not be as apparent, to the majority of our users, let's say. But developers are the troops, and they're a smaller subset, right? And for a while on SideQuest, we kind of focused on the end user and making sure they had everything they needed. And I'm glad to be able to give some time to developers and kind of make sure they've got what they need to be able to succeed as much as possible, right? So as well as our new developer portal, we're in the process of upgrading our QA service. Believe it or not, SideQuest does have a QA service. It's fairly limited in that, up until now, we've really only just tested apps, made sure that they were working and there was nothing weird going on. But now we're actually going on into providing reports, detailed feedback, recorded gameplay sessions, all of this kind of stuff. And it's all going to continue to be free for developers. So they'll still get the usual snappy kind of approvals to get listed on SideQuest, but the extra bonuses on top is that they'll get all this extra data as well, which I think is a great way to kind of help developers when they're just sort of starting out on SideQuest. And then, of course,
it used to be just Orla, right? Orla, weren't you just the whole curation program for SideQuest?
Yeah, my claim to fame is that I was the one that approved Gorilla Tag.
Nice.
And it was hit or miss that day. No, I'm joking. It was it was an interesting one to have to test out.
I can imagine.
Yeah,
I couldn't even imagine now, like the amount of applications you get from different apps or games trying to get in there. I mean, it has to have like tripled or quadrupled. I wouldn't even know the number, but I mean, I would have to assume it must be crazy, that the amount, right?
Oh yeah, and when you throw the Gorilla Tag clones on top of that, then it's 10x.
Right?
Do you know?
Right.
But
I remember a time when you actually had to turn off the Gorilla Tag clones because there was so many people that were submitting them.
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of a difficult thing, right? It's never a good thing whenever you decide to limit access to content. But I think what we've done actually is come up with a better solution to that. Most recently, we introduced a concept onto our website that lets you basically flip a switch to hide some of the more let's say lower effort titles that basically won't see updates or are very sort of derivative and based on an online tutorial or something. I mean, it's a description that covers a lot of the Gorilla Tag clones that we've seen, but also, at one point there, we were receiving a number of red cube or some other basic primitive shape titles. And, it's funny and everything, but of course, when developers are on that new app list, it's really their first opportunity to get discovery. So it can be really harmful for developers and for users who are trying to find new things. So we have a better solution, I think, now. Instead of blocking access to titles on SideQuest, we allow people to sort of filter out those ones and see the ones that are of a slightly higher quality bar.
That's a great idea. And because then it does allow more in, and there may be people out there that only want specific things that they can kind of like cater themselves to. So I think that's a fantastic idea. And let me ask you a quick question too. I always must think this is the way that you said, Orly, you said Gorilla Tag. You approve that. I mean, it must feel pretty satisfying for you both, or for you all as a team, when you do have an app or a game that maybe started on SideQuest, went to App Lab, and then graduates to the Quest store and becomes a success. And we have seen quite a few of those games do that. So it must be really satisfying for you guys when that does happen.
Yeah, I kind of feel like a proud mama sometimes because, in the very early days, that was basically my job. I just approved things, I promoted them online, I talked to the developers myself. Like, so you really do develop these close relationships. And now it's even bigger because I'm seeing them go to PlayStation VR, and I'm seeing them going to Pico, and they're popping up everywhere. And I'm thinking, my goodness, if they hadn't have got that shot on SideQuest in those early days and got that validation, like where would they be? And yeah, so it's a really rewarding feeling seeing them kind of go out into the big bad world, but also knowing that they still have a home on SideQuest as well for that bit of discovery too. And they stick with their roots and they know that we're there to support them. So it's lovely.
Yeah, it's great that SideQuest can be like a full service suite for the developers, because it's not that you just put the app on there and then you just forget about it. I mean, you guys do have a ton of programs to help the developers get the word out about their games, whether it be, in SideQuest promotions or banner placement, or the Sidekick program, which I think was a fantastic idea, because it not only helps the developers and the games get noticed where they may not have gotten noticed, but it's also helping some of the ambassadors that you brought in, and to help them grow. And the amount of tools that you offer to these content creators who are most of them are mid-level content creators that do great content, that just need more, or need a little bit of help. And so I think doing that, I mean, it's a great way to help kind of both ends of it. And there are some great side quest ambassadors. There's some here in chat. I think VR Val stopped in a little while ago. Joshy Pashi, Clickster, Obscure Nerd.
Yeah, Spooky Fairy.
I mean, all these people are really starting to thrive, I think, and a lot of it has to do with the Sidekick Ambassador program.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. Honestly, we know from the very early days when it was, like I said, like just the two of us, the influencers who were out there promoting stuff on SideQuest, and just even talking about SideQuest and doing tutorials whenever we didn't have that capacity necessarily, like that really changed things for us. And I think at one point, maybe like by the end of year 2, there were over like 1,000 videos of people featuring stuff on SideQuest, and we were kind of counting them all because it really mattered. And so we did want to give something back, but also acknowledge that this is like a full circle here. You really have to have the promoters and the influencers involved in with the games and the developers, and create those relationships. And it's that sense of community that we're still trying to reinforce and kind of close the loop on. And I think it's really working because it's saving developers time, it's saving influencers time, saving users time too, because they can just go to those channels now and see what's what, and then go off and play games. So yeah, we're really happy with it so far, and hopefully keep expanding it as well as more talent kind of comes on the scene.
Right.
Love it. Yeah, and here comes the sidekicks now, because VR Val is in chat. We have Obscure Nerd, Rezel VR. There was a couple other people there. I think I saw that VR girl earlier.
Pros in chat as well.
Yeah, nice. Very well represented with the sidekicks here. So yeah, and then Tatiana running that whole program too, right? And then a couple of other people, Kelly and a few others, and they're helping her. It's amazing. And I don't know if everybody, and the reason I just wanted to bring all this up is I just don't know if everybody knows that SideQuest is not just SideQuest where you can sideload. There's a lot of things going on there now, and this being part of it. And I think that kind of leads us into Banter. And I did have a question. This occurred to me a little bit ago. I remember originally, before you guys even created SideQuest, your whole kind of venture in this thing started that you were trying to make a social app, right? Or you had a social app that you were trying to get onto the store in some way, right? And Is Banter the culmination of that, or is that just completely different, or just completely coincidence?
You know, it's crazy. It's been 4 years, but yeah, you got it right. Our origin story was that we were originally trying to get our game onto the Quest store whenever the curation of the store had just been announced, and it was kind of through it was because we had sort of been rejected that we sort of experimented and started building the tools initially that made SideQuest possible. So it's a huge part of kind of the reason why I guess we're all here. But no, I mean, so much has happened. We've been so focused on SideQuest now for quite a while that Banter is kind of a new thing entirely, really. It's about 8 months old now, which honestly feels like kind of an afternoon because it's just flew by so quickly, right? We started in sort of August, September last year building it. And I think really it's kind of a response to the fact that I think that there's a lack of real sort of social first experiences like that sort of cater to standalone and Quest as the primary platform, or you know what I mean, as the lowest common denominator. Obviously, you've got a lot of different solutions out there, everything from Rec Room to VR chat, but we wanted to do something different. You know, we thought that people deserved legs for once, right? It's
We appreciate that.
You know, we were promised legs at the last Facebook Connect. We don't have them yet, right? So we decided in good SideQuest fashion to solve that problem and to give people legs. But no, we think we've done something really different with Banter, something that's not quite possible with a lot of the other platforms, and probably never will be. But yeah, we've sort of taken, I think, for all intents and purposes, if you take Bone Lab and sort of mash it together with, let's say, VR chat. I think that's kind of what we're aiming for. Is kind of a social platform where people can create spaces, but there's also built-in physics that kind of makes it sort of cool out of the box.
Yeah, and I think getting into the kind of the origins of Banter, and one of the biggest things I saw immediately was, number one, you're right, full body avatar, which is amazing, and you're using Ready Player Me, which is fantastic. I mean, Ready Player Me is probably the cream of the crop of avatar building programs right now that we can have. So it's amazing that you have all that in there. And then you said Bone Lab or Boneworks, because the physics are very, very real world in Banter, and that's something we haven't seen in a social app.
Yeah, totally. Ready Player Me is about to sort of explode in terms of what you can do on there. I think we've most recently been experimenting with custom avatars through Ready Player Me, and we have a mascot in our flagship space. We call him the goat. It's the snowman. Well, now you can use the snowman as your avatar, right? We've been playing around with that and playing around with a few other things. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of weird looking avatars out there, let's say, but Ready Player Me seems to have found a really nice spot somewhere in the middle of kind of optimization, as well as something that looks cohesive, right, and isn't too uncanny, let's say. But
was there ever a time that you had your own avatar in Works, or was the development cycle always around using the Ready Player Me?
I would think it's always been around using the Ready Player Me. We partnered with those guys last year, and the plan was to kind of work with them to provide avatar solutions to not just ourselves, but to the larger audience of developers. And believe it or not, what we're doing here with Banter is also, in a lot of ways, it's a kind of a test for how we can explore providing similar services to developers in VR, right? Being able to leverage the SideQuest user base, being able to introduce avatars through Ready Player Me and SideQuest. And yeah, I think why reinvent the wheel? Those guys have done a really great job. And I think the customizations options that are coming are just going to rip the lid off of it.
And you also have the ability now, which I think is a recent update in Banter, to change avatars on the fly, right? Like you don't have to leave the game to change avatars. You can just pull up the little avatar menu and change. Do I have that right?
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And initially,
That's cool.
you could only do it through the SideQuest site, but it's integrated, right? So everything you can do on SideQuest is kind of integrated in Banter. You know, if you send an invite, it'll go into your message history. The friend system is the same friend system. You know, all of those kind of things. You change your avatar on the website, it'll update in real time while you're on in game too. But you're absolutely right. Yeah, you can do all of that just from the menu in the game now too.
That's one of the biggest things for me because VR chat is great too. I love VR chat, but one of the biggest problems with VR chat is getting like my Ready Player Me avatar into VR chat is like such a freaking chore to get it done, and that's if you could figure it out at all. Like there's a lot of people just never figure it out because it's not an easy transition and process. So I'm glad that you have made it easy for people to do these things because a lot of people do have Ready Player Me avatars, but they just can't import them into anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Well, things are moving pretty quickly with Ready Player Me. They have thousands of partners now. So I think, being able to have one place you can store your favorite collection of avatars and being able to quickly flip between them across multiple apps is kind of the ideal future we need, right? It's part of that backbone of, let's say, the metaverse. God, I hate that term. We call it the Banterverse internally.
Nice. I love it. So, saying VR chat or saying some of the other VR platforms, social platforms, what is the biggest difference besides say, give me like the pitch of Banter if I'm a VR chat person or Neos
Old school
or
alt space and Neos.
What is different with Banter besides we talked about like the physics of it, but what can we do in Banter and tell us why we all want to be in there?
That's a great question. Well, I think the mix between sort of social and physics is something that's not really done all that often, right? I think I've seen another game recently that released that involves kind of mixing social and physics together. Because I think mostly people who build these kind of physics games, they kind of have to be as perfect as possible. And there's a lot of problems when you try to synchronize that sort of really detailed physics. But I think on Banter, we are just taking ourselves less seriously than that, right? And we want to have all the fun you get with the physics stuff. So you can grab things. You can grab things with two hands. You can climb walls. You can clamber up over edges. You can zip line. You can slide. You can do lots of different things that are just there provided for free by the physics. So for us, it makes sense to be able to leverage those things to be able to gamify your experience in Banter. And at that point, it hasn't even got to the stage where you're using scripting or anything, because all of this stuff just comes for free with the physics, which is really amazing. So yeah, getting to explore doing mad things with climbing on ropes, being able to swing around on ropes, being able to jump up and down on stretchy bridges and stuff like that, and having all that affect your character. We recently just added a Spider-Man mode, which we're testing out in the main worlds.
I used it yesterday.
Yeah, I mean it's the sort of stuff that I think people find really enjoying when they sort of do this kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean on top of that, we've kind of built out the tool set to begin with to allow people to kind of create worlds in Banter and do whatever they want to do as well. In fact, we're taking a really open approach to how people can create worlds and how people can discover worlds. Because with Banter, believe it or not, it's possible to host your own worlds. They don't have to be hosted on our servers. And we allow people to visit pretty much any world they want just by putting in the URL to that world, right? Banter kind of works a little bit like a web browser in that regard, in that you can just put in a web address to a world and go straight there, and then you've got your history and your favorites just like you do in a web browser too. So yeah, I mean, I think that sort of stuff is important. People want to know that they've got the ability to kind of be found and be discovered, and that we're not going to do anything to prevent that, right? And I think that's important.
And I think the physics of it lend to the creativity of the world developer or the world builder, right? Like given that you have the Boneworks type of physics, it's up to your imagination. Like what you can do in Banter, I think, is limitless as to what people can think to do.
It's kind of crazy. It changes your thinking, right? Most games are kind of smoke and mirrors. You figure out ways to simulate an effect, but it's often a facsimile. But when you're using physics, you kind of start looking at things differently, and it's all about, how can you just get something to do this and bounce you here and slide you there, and it's a very sort of natural, organic way of thinking. And then, in the end, it doesn't involve all that much complexity.
So is Banter a creation tool as well? Can you build inside the app, or are things done outside the app and you can bring them into Banter?
Right now it's outside the app, but we are planning on building world building tools inside the app too. But right now it's a Unity based SDK. Anybody that's familiar with building for VR chat, or let's say Altspace VR, God rest their souls, they should be very familiar with this, right? So, and we've loads of information and documentation and stuff as well to kind of help you get started. And there's lots of help in the Discord as well.
Yeah, actually, Todd was telling me right before we started today, and I did not know this. He said that some of the Altspace worlds have found a home in Banter since it's closed down.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Yeah, some of them have been recreated in there. I mean, I think they've been recreated across a number of platforms, right? I think you usually see this whenever a platform is going to shut down. There's usually a mass backup of content for people to be able to try and save those experiences. Because I think, even if they're simple worlds, people spend a lot of time in there, and it's different with VR. You get an association to having been in a place as opposed to having played a game, if you know what I mean. So I think it's great to see people move those spaces around and proliferate them across multiple platforms.
Yeah, and I know like Todd has become, kind of a builder in worlds. Like, Todd has gone into the multiverse app and done, some world building in there for Q2C, and he's got a Q2C world in Neos. And Todd, I know you have some questions about building inside of Banter.
Yeah, I did an Altspace roll too, but I didn't back it up before the collapse.
It's gone. Bye-bye.
It's gone.
Sorry.
It might still be there, believe it or not. If you do want to try and get it backed up, it might still be there.
Oh, maybe I'll have to look into that. But what I do have interest in building is an environment where people can go into VR to watch our show about VR. So in Altspace, I had a theater. In Neos, we have a whole city that you can go into these big buildings, and it takes you to these theaters where you can sit down with all your friends and watch our live show. I'm hoping I can do that, something similar to that inside of Banter as well.
Oh yeah, totally. We've got a couple of different ways we've been playing with to do that, but there's a browser that you can just place around the world, and then you can just send it directly to the URL you want and have it play the live stream. So that functions as a pretty decent video player for a lot of different purposes. But
that's
we also have
inside the cinema, right?
No, the cinema is the other one that we've been experimenting with, which is a native player that kind of
right.
Yeah, it was more of a stopgap. I think the browser is probably more of a better permanent solution.
I think you and I actually talked about this when we were
see.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we wanted to see if it was possible to get everything from like live streams on Twitch, on YouTube, and videos, just generally videos playing in there. And it was, right? But I think longer term, the browser is more compliant with, let's say, their terms of service, right? Because it's not great to be playing those videos directly. But it's still an interesting experiment all the same.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, and then I see a lot of people in chat, saying, SideQuest said it's built unlike most social VR like VR chat. Banter was built specifically for standalone in mind, so it's fully optimized from Quest. So That leads me to my next question: is other platforms. So I know it has a Steam page. It's not released on Steam yet, but more plans for other platforms besides standalone.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's interesting, right? Because SideQuest, we're probably one of the bigger names in VR, let's say, right? But we don't have a whole lot of assets actually inside of VR. So I think, Banter is a great opportunity for us to be able to dip our toes and be able to see what we can do there too. But it's serving as a great opportunity for us to test out some of the developer workflows that a lot of our devs are facing too. And we built it using something called OpenXR, designed to be able to run on any platform. We've tried to minimize any of the dependencies we have. So the plan is to release it on as many standalone headsets as we can, probably starting with obviously Quest, but also Pico. We're going to have a Steam PCVR build then as well for PCVR headsets or for people using AirLink or virtual desktop. But yeah, I think we want to try and get it on as many platforms as possible. Even a 2D client for non-VR players is on the way.
That's amazing. So you're going to be able. So you'll be able to not inside a headset. Like, did we say Rec Room
VR
does
chat,
this?
you can do that.
VR chat does this as well.
Neos can do it as well.
That's pretty amazing.
It's a big help for developers, like world developers. So guys that want to create worlds, and especially when you have to do it from outside the game with a Unity SDK, you can import it into the game and then in 2D without having to put your headset on and on and on a million times to check out the world. It's a smart way to do it for sure. And it brings a whole new client base of people that may not have headsets and be like, wow, maybe I should get a headset because this is cool as hell.
Yeah, we actually plan to develop the 2D app features out as well as more of a kind of a professional spectator mode, if you know what I mean, because it's good for content creators too, right? You can use it as a camera mode, and that's what we want to try and experiment with is are there some tools, some camera tools, some automatic tools that might let you swap between shots and stuff like that would let you then do a live stream out of Banter pretty easily.
Yeah, Todd, I think this is a good time. Can we run this? This is a trailer, I assume.
Yep.
Let's run this just for people in chat who haven't had a chance to see it yet, kind of get an idea about what we're talking about, what it looks like. So yeah, let's run that real quick. Very cool. Love the footage. But Tatiana and chat are like, believe it or not, Banter has already improved since this trailer was made. It changes so fast. And that kind of leads me into my next question is Banter's been out since December of last year. I mean, and I really actually didn't even know it dropped that long ago, but it sounds like you have really, really been changing it already just since December.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of in closed beta in December. We only actually released on 420. We had a whole thing kind of ties into our not taking ourselves too seriously.
I love that, by the way. That's
approach. But it's really evolved fast, and the team is growing quickly around it too. And a shout out to our 3D artist Aline, who created a lot of the worlds you'll have seen in that trailer video. Aline is also responsible for a majority of the custom homes that you'll see on Quest, right? So Yeah, we've got a great team already, and we're creating original content in house, and yeah, just starting to explore what's possible, I guess, with the medium.
Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful world inside of there. I mean, what you've done already, and like I said, the avatars. And by the way, all the side quest hoodies inside the game are amazing. Can anybody
Nice.
get those, or do you have to be like special side quest people to get those? Because I am an ambassador. Me and Todd are sidekicks. Can we get one of
Yeah.
those?
You can definitely get them in game. Yeah, no problem. Well, it's actually
You can get-
something interesting we're going to experiment with is being able to make real life versions of the same ones available, not just the ones you're seeing, maybe some more we're playing with in the background too.
And those particular hoodies you can actually get on Ready Player Me across all games that support Ready Player Me. So yeah, but more specific ones to come for Banter for sure.
They cool. You guys have some of the coolest merch for sure. Like everybody I know is like those hoodies are amazing because me and Todd we both have the sidekick
Old school ones too,
but we
yeah.
have the old school ones too. Like that that was at one time you could actually buy those, but you guys don't even have them for sale anymore. You have to actually like go in and win them,
Win
you
them
know,
or-
and yeah, some of the merchandise you guys have is just killer. I love it.
Yeah, we decided they could be more exclusive, right? If you couldn't buy them, and yeah, I think that makes them more valuable to people for sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it does. And that kind of leads me to my kind of next thing too is the amazing things that you kind of have been giving away through SideQuest and through some of the giveaways that you've been doing there. And then now you're doing some special stuff inside of Banter, which we kind of talked about real quickly before we went live. I think is amazing and super innovative. And you're kind of like breaking ground here on the way you're trying to do things. And I think this is amazing, and I think this is whoever came up with this idea I think is brilliant. But if you tell us a little bit about what you have going on inside Banter and give people some incentive to get in there and spend some time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, like I said, Banter serves a few different purposes for us, and one thing we are passionate about is giveaways, right? So we sort of encourage game developers to come onto SideQuest and in exchange for game keys for their games, we give them promotion credits for the website, right? So they get a double win really out of the promotion they get from the giveaway, plus the ability to promote their game directly as well. And I think what we're exploring now and what we're sort of trialing on Banter and potentially in other apps in the future too is to actually embed some of those giveaways inside the games themselves, right? So it maybe adds another layer of fun to it. You can just come across stuff as you're playing the games that you enjoy, and you get a free opportunity to enter giveaways. It also makes the giveaways a lot more exclusive, which gives you a much better chance of actually winning something, right? Because yeah, there'll be less people, I guess, than there would if the giveaway was just a simple button press on the website. But to sort of kickstart things, we're trialing this with Banter right now. There are 26 different prize giveaways running inside of Banter as we speak, and that's just to start. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to get that up to 100, and basically you can just explore various different spaces, and if you see a purple button that says "Click Me," you've found something. We've got videos on the SideQuest YouTube that show a little bit better of what we're talking about, and even if you join our Discord, there's a list of the spaces that has prizes and how many are in each, right? Which can be really useful to be able to track those down, and it's really good prizes too. So we've got Quest Pro controllers, we've got Quest 2s, we've got Picos, we've got Bobo head straps, we've got tons of free VR games, we've got hoodies, baseball caps, loads of really cool stuff, and it's all just there for the taking, and it's all completely free.
That's amazing. I love this idea, and I mean, and it makes it it makes it fun too. It makes it adventure. It makes it like a little treasure hunt to get in there and find these things. It's such a smart idea, and I got a couple of questions in chat I want to read out real quick. So, Classy Grandma was saying, I I don't really like VR chat because it's just too hard for me to get into. And and she said, in other words, can an old lady get into Banter easily, without problems? And just real quick, how easy is it to kind of download and get into it?
Well, that's actually something that we tried to focus on. So a few things that's different with Banter you might not find in other places, right? So you don't have to sign up to get in and try it out and see what you think. There's a guest system, so you can just jump straight in. We've really pushed on the loading times for Banter. So you're kind of straight into a lobby space where you can kind of get your bearings. And at that point, if you jump into any space, the loading time between worlds has been really minimized as much as we possibly can. For most worlds on a good internet connection, it's like less than 10 seconds to get straight into a space. So, overall, within 30 seconds, you could be into a world already checking stuff out. And then, if you like it, you can sign up, you can then change and customize your avatar. And even the sign up, if you've already got a SideQuest account, you're already signed up.
That's awesome. So, and there's pretty much everybody has a SideQuest account they should by now, by the way. Too funny. Mr. Tasselhoff says, I've been in there. I've already got 14 of them found.
Well,
Crazy.
there's one world, what's it called? Back rooms.
That's right.
And there's 10 of them just in that space.
That's right.
And the space is so big, it'll take you hours to find them all.
Yes, it's actually too big. We thought it was going to be too hard.
Oh my God,
so
it's amazing.
Most of the prizes are near the spawn point, about 8 out of 10 of them. But then the last
That's good to
2
know because I'm way past that. I think I found 2.
If you go through like a semi-transparent, like white wall, that's actually the radius barrier. Everything is inside that, or at least 8 of the prizes are inside of that. So you probably want to turn back if you go through.
I'm way past that barrier.
All right,
get to the end.
Secrets now. Secrets are out there. Get them, guys.
I saw a cool car and some cool pylons on a wall. They were just weird, and there's all kinds of hidden things.
Interesting. So there's 2 prizes. One of them is near the car. If you hear a phone ringing near the car, you want to follow that, right? Because that will get you to. And here's a bit of a inside scoop, let's say, but that will get you to a pair of Quest Pro controllers as a giveaway. And if you keep going, you get to the end of the back rooms. You'll see like a neon exit sign, and there's another one there for a Quest 2. So
fancy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Lots of chances.
I found the jukebox. That was cool. Or the radio that's playing music in there. Yeah, that place is creepy and cool and enormous. And especially when you're in there by yourself. With a bunch of people, it would be a hoot. But by yourself, I was like, this is creepy as hell.
Yeah,
I love it.
Totally.
I love it. I told Todd earlier, I said, I'm going in because I want another set of Quest Pro controllers. I love my Quest Pro. I use it all the time. And one of my favorite things about it is the Quest Pro controllers. And I'm like, I want another set for my Quest 2. Because I don't like to use the Quest 2 controllers anymore because the Quest Pro controllers are
We should
so
get in
good.
there and see who can find that Quest controller link first.
So that was such a good idea to put the Quest Pro stuff in there. I love it. Love it.
One of the things I'd like to say as well, just for people who are a little, I'm a little uneasy with social VR. I'm just going to put it out there, right? It was always a little bit outside of my comfort zone, but it really helps when you're going in with people who are also learning. And so one of the things that we're trying to run at the moment are like weekly tours. And so you'll go in with a member of like the SideQuest community team, and they'll just show you around, right? And teach you how to do things. And I think, that kind of takes the edge off a little bit. And then you kind of know your way around. Maybe you go see some worlds. And we also have a separate one as well that's for world builders and developers, who want to come in and just learn something a bit more specific about that area of things. So it's definitely worth joining the Discord or keeping an eye on our social channels just to see when those tours are happening. And and then that'll give you an opportunity to kind of suss it out with a bit of SideQuest support as well.
I love that. That's a great idea. Like, I see like, somebody like Sadly It's Bradley. He does like tours every week in VR chat.
Every Saturday.
Every Saturday. Definitely, guys out there in the community, hit up your favorite creator, and especially the sidekicks. I'm sure they would be happy to take people in there, because I know they've been in there a ton, checking things out for a long time, and I'm sure they would be happy to take a community member in there. So hit up your favorite kick.
Speaking of sidekicks. VR Val says tours on the SideQuest crew are so much fun. Definitely recommend doing that so you can all get the insider info on the worlds. It
There you
definitely
go.
helps.
Woo. There's actually one
Awesome. There you
later.
go.
There's one in a few hours, right, Shane?
Parkour training, yeah. So the
Parkour
whole
training is
physics
today.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
we'll
Nice.
eventually have like an events discovery in game, so you can see what events are going on. But for now, we're kind of running everything through our Discord, and yeah, it's great fun. It's definitely great fun to get in there with a bunch of people and go exploring. And we've got some great worlds in the works. So I definitely think our winter sport resort is if you're going to visit one space this summer in Banter, it should be the winter sport resort. But we're also working on a new world. Aline is working on a new world called the Slipstream Island, and it's going to be amazing. It's really going to knock your socks off. So that one's going to be available hopefully by the end of the month.
That's awesome. That was kind of like we were going to ask you too. Is can you tell us a little bit about the roadmap? Like, so you have, that one coming. I'm sure you have more things you're working on. Is there anything else that you want to tell us that we can expect in the next years? This year coming with Banter.
Yeah. Well, like I said, events is probably the next biggest thing on our roadmap, is to explore allowing people to create and run their own events, right? And I mentioned before tools for content creators, right? Those are probably two of our biggest ticket items. But right now we're kind of in sort of sponge mode as we try and gather as much feedback as possible, right? We're trying not to impose too much in terms of what we think it should or shouldn't be, and maybe just spending time just trying to fix some of the problems, let's say, that we see with other existing similar apps out there. So yeah, I think for us, we're looking at ways to make it easier for people to kind of share their experience while they're in there. And yeah, maybe if I threw in one more, probably avatars, right? Avatars is always interesting, and we've really started doing some cool stuff just in the last couple of days on that front.
Nice. It's great to hear. Like, everybody always wants to hear what's coming because they want to know that you're going to support whatever they're going to get into. And I think, this coming from you guys and coming from SideQuest, I mean, people have to know or have to feel pretty darn comfortable that, this is going to be a labor of love for you guys. And this is something special that they're going to want to be involved in, and, get in early, start to learn things and see how this evolves, over time. And thank you for a $5 super chat from Classy Grandma, who says, I like these guys. I may have to give this wee chance. Give this a wee chance. Whoop, whoop. Thank you, Classy Grandma. And she should get in there for sure. You should get in there and do the parkour.
I just dropped a
Classy
link
Grandma.
in chat there, Classy Grandma. So you can click on that and it takes you right to the SideQuest page where you can install it yourself.
Yeah, and then the Disco VR, Tatiana says, perhaps the host will be kind enough to include some links to the video description after the show.
I think we could arrange that.
We could. We're on top of this stuff.
I'll just throw in there as well. One thing we like about the name Banter, right, is that it's easy to remember. So if you want to find it on the store, just search for Banter on the Quest store, and it should come right up. And yeah, it's just as easy as that to get in.
It is. No, it is an app lab right now. Plans or time frame for Quest store?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody would love to be able to guarantee that they can get to the Quest store, but I think for us, it's about just trying to focus on building the game up, building up the community around it, and yeah, the Quest store will be something on the horizon afterwards, like I say. But you can always find it very easily on SideQuest, and like I say, you just search on the main store as well, and it will show up just like App Lab apps do.
Yeah, and and I'll say one thing as we start to close this out. For anybody watching later or watching now, SideQuest is not just a place to go to find apps to sideload. It's a community, right? I mean, it's a place where people go for information, and there's so many things out there. If you are not using SideQuest on a regular basis, you should. Like, there's so many things you can do there. And if you guys just want to touch on that real quick before we sign off with you guys, just tell us a little bit about why people should be going to SideQuest other than just sideloading content.
I mean, it's really interesting. We've kind of sideloading content was one of the biggest and first problems, let's say, that we've solved, but we've always really been working to try and solve problems. So there's a range of tools built into our software that allow you to do a various sort of let's say housekeeping operations or even experimental options and settings within your headset. So if you want to play with those, all totally safe to do. We've just wrapped them up nicely in the SideQuest software. It lets you manage your headset as well, so you can manage your apps, manage your files, transfer things on and off of your headset. And our latest version of SideQuest, which I highly recommend you set up, it basically puts SideQuest inside your headset, so you don't need a PC or a third device anymore. You just install it inside, and that's it. After that, you've got all you need from SideQuest all inside your headset.
Amazing.
It makes it so much easier to
Yeah,
just
it
do
does.
things, man. It's so awesome. Yeah, not having to plug it into my computer anymore is just, it's amazing how much time that saves.
I love the evolution of the evolution of SideQuest over the years has been amazing, and what you say too about fixing things that are wrong with your headset inside of SideQuest. Todd, one of the most popular videos we've ever done was a help video on what to do if you get apps stuck on downloading in your headset. It's a common problem. It happens all the time. People have no idea how to do it and they end up having to factory reset. And Todd, me and Tom were just like, let's just do a video real quick on this one. And Todd, that video was great, right?
Oh, it's amazing. It's one of our most popular videos on our channel, and it's 5 minutes of me explaining how to use SideQuest to fix that problem. And it's like a 5-minute fix, and you don't have to reset your headset.
Yeah, that there's a lot of reasons that typically people would be advised to factory reset their headset, but in fact, SideQuest has a much simpler solution that saves you time and hassle of having to set up all your apps again. We have a section in our support section on the website, for people who have any kind of problem with their headset or with SideQuest. And there must be about 6 different things that can occur that you can fix using SideQuest instead of having to factory reset. So that's definitely
and even things, simple things like there's a I was good. I just launched it to see if I could see what it says, but I don't have my headset plugged in. But it's a somehow to make your headset turn into a physical disk on your computer. I can't remember what the checkbox is. But
Oh,
under
yes.
settings, it makes copying content off your headset so much easier.
Yeah.
Granted, you can do it from SideQuest, but if you have multiple profiles on your headset and you need to grab recordings from a different profile, it's very difficult to do that with a regular Quest. But by that little checkbox, that little window pops up on your computer, and it's easy as hell. Like, I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a real nice quality of life one. MTP is what
That's
one's
what it
called.
is, yeah.
Media Transfer Protocol. And it just makes your headset appear like a memory stick, and you can just copy stuff straight off. And for whatever reason on Quest, that turns on and off at random sometimes, and it doesn't work. But SideQuest has a surefire method that will always make it come up.
Awesome. Guys, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for all this information. And, again, thank you for everything over the years with SideQuest. I mean, it's just been an amazing, journey with you. And then to see kind of the fruition of that original app come to life, it's got to be special for you guys, I'm sure. It's got to feel amazing. And, now there's a great space for people to go and build social, relationships and community and just go in and have fun with friends in virtual reality, which is a lot of what we all are trying to do here, which is create communities, create places for people to go to feel good and feel comfortable in. And thank you for doing that. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, it's great fun on this end, I can tell you that. I think the best thing about it is being 4 years or nearly 4 years into it, and we're still really, at our roots in terms of how we approach all of this kind of stuff, right? And we still have users and developers at the forefront of all of our thinking, right? So it's humbling to be on this end of the arrangement.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Awesome. I cannot wait to see what this app has in store for us, moving forward. And it's going to be amazing. And guys, you'll see us all in there. So let's go in there and join and have fun. And I can't wait to do it. So Thank you guys for coming in and spending a Saturday evening with us here. We really appreciate it. I'm glad, Orla, that you didn't have to do it at 3 a.m. in the morning this time in a garden dome
Thank you. I appreciate
full of
that.
spiders. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But I would love for you guys to come back anytime, please. You guys are always a joy to have, and you have hold a special place for us here at Q2C because you've always been a great support for us. So thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so
Thank
much,
you.
guys.
Really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, have a great afternoon.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye, guys.
How cool
Todd,
is that?
if I had to give up my Saturday for anyone, it would
Right?
absolutely be for Shane and Orla Harris because how freaking awesome and amazing are they?
That's so much fun. I just love having them on. They're doing so much for VR in the background, and there's still so many people that don't know about SideQuest, which blows my mind.
It's humbling for me, for somebody who absolutely has fallen in love with virtual reality to the point where it has completely changed my entire life. For me to be able to sit in an interview and talk to people like Shane and Orla Harris, who are on the forefront of changing the landscape in virtual reality as we know it, and who are original they're OGs of virtual reality. It's humbling for me to be even, talking to them in the capacity that we are now. It's really truly amazing. What they have done in this space, and literally it blows my mind that I'm able to even hang out and talk with them and call them friends and be cool.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Very cool indeed.
Yeah,
One
it's
thing
a lot of fun.
we didn't do is give any games away this.
Holy shit, we didn't give any games away.
I
That does
got
feel
so
weird.
enthralled into the conversation that I completely forgot.
That does feel weird, man. We gotta do, let's give away some games. There's some people, there's
I'm gonna
lots of people here hanging on a
We're
Saturday.
gonna do something a little different this time. We're just gonna dump some keys into chat. So make sure you've got your copy paste fingers ready.
Yeah, well, you know what? We don't have D to do the wheel, so we have no wheel here.
We have no wheel. This is a special show, and we didn't want to bug D on a Saturday. So we thought, you know what? We'll just do it old school.
So let's pop a couple keys in chat. Yeah, we could go really old school. Remember what we did originally before D, joined us?
Right. Oh my god, we should do that.
We used to do trivia. We used to do trivia.
Let's not do that.
Oh, it was terrible. Oh my god, it was so bad because nobody knew the answers to anything. And I remember one of the times one of us said, because some of the original hosts were like, what time zone or what time did the show start today? Well, you got to remember that people are around the world watching the show. So
I know.
everybody had a different answer of the time zone. I thought we were going to have to give away 30 different keys to people because they all had the right answer on a different level. But it was funny.
Too funny.
Wow. Another $5 super chat from Classy Grandma. Damn, she is classy. She says, why, when something is so good on SideQuest, do they need to go to the Quest store? That's a good question. Go ahead, Kyle. I'll let you go.
It's all about I was gonna say notoriety, but that's not a good word. It's all about awareness. The Quest store itself is so much easier to first search. For one, searching App Lab games on the Quest store is a nightmare. And you can't get on any of the daily deals. You can't get onto the front page for a special sale that you may be promoting. There's no way to promote your content on the Oculus or the Meta app unless you're on the store proper. App Lab games don't qualify for that. So it is a big deal to be able to graduate yourself out of App Lab into the main store, as they call it.
Yeah, it's just ease. It's again, like Todd said, it's ease of search, ease of use, and there are some people that are just, they maybe they're afraid of App Lab, or they're afraid of SideQuest, and they just don't know how to navigate it or how to do it, or they just don't want to mess with it, and they just want to go buy something off the headset and just make it easy, and they just don't want to mess with it. So that's where you're going to want to be on on the store itself. But Classy Grandma, if you haven't been to SideQuest, there is so much content there, and a lot of it is free. There's a lot of free, really good content on SideQuest. Now, a lot of it, none of it, now, not all of it is like top-notch great stuff. Okay, there's a lot of other, there's a lot of other stuff filler in there. Okay, but Steam is the same way.
Right.
But they charge more for it. That's the only thing with Steam. But here is one of the biggest things is you can get free apps, you can get cheaper apps, you can get, again, fixes over there for different things that are wrong with your headset, optimization for your headset inside of SideQuest.
Optimization for camera settings and recording settings, the frames per second and the resolution can be changed, and so much you can do with SideQuest.
Yeah, it looks like Mepper grabbed that first key, guys. He got
He
the
did.
first key. Thanks. What was the key for, Todd?
First one was for Barbaria.
We should actually say that because I don't want people to waste those keys.
Oh, that's true.
We should tell them next time we do that, we'll just tell them what the key is, because if you already have it and you use that code to claim it, it'll just eat the key.
It'd probably eat the
will be
code.
dead.
That's true.
Yeah. So I hope you didn't already have Barbaria Mepper. Because if you did, you just ate it. You just got it again for free.
And Chatty got the second one.
Nice.
Tatiana VR from SideQuest is sending me some keys to give away in a Discord chat. So that one was for Coffee Shop Simulator. Congratulations, Chatty.
Shiseki says, I don't know how to use the key. Basically, it's really easy. Actually, VR Val had just put
I'm gonna
put the
that up there.
Yeah, VR Val was nice enough to put the way you can claim these codes in one of the messages there. You go to your Oculus app and you go to the menu and you click on settings, then you click on account settings, and then you hit redeem store code, and that's where you put it. And holy crap, Mickey Burr just dropped a key too. It's like raining keys here, bro.
Right?
Mickey Burr, Mickey Burr has now become, I'm going to call him the key master.
Right? Mickey Burr. I'm going to change the spelling of his name.
Mickey Bear. Mickey Bear.
Right.
I keep calling Mickey Burr. It's Mickey Bear. Just dropped a Vertigo remastered Steam key in there. Pretty awesome, man. Welsh Gamer VR is here. Says, hey peeps, what's going on, dude? How are you doing? We did see there was a whole bunch of other sidekicks in here as well, but we were deep in conversation by the time they had jumped in, and I was kind of mentioning some of them, and I wanted to make sure I kind of mentioned them all because they were here. But VR Jasmine stopped in too. She is also a sidekick, as is Welsh Gamer VR, who just stopped in, is also a sidekick, and VR Val, as we said, and there was a few other people here too that are really good sidekicks too, and that's another thing for SideQuest that you can do. So if you guys are not sure what SideQuest games to go get, so if you're like, well, there's a lot of like vaporware or not great games in SideQuest, what should I either go buy, or what should I even waste my not waste my time on, or what validates my time? Go look at the sidekicks, because the sidekicks are reviewing them all, and by no means are sidekicks paid in any way. They don't, their opinions are their own. And if you go in there and they're either making a video or playing it or giving a review on it, they are verified reviewers of those games. So, you can go in and listen and watch what they have played, or you can at least see a review that they have made and know that, it's been played, and they'll give you the honest opinion of what you want to do. And here's what you do. Go to their channel, and then you can see all the cool shit they have. Do you see the amazing shit that VR Val is doing, Todd?
I know.
I mean, she is making some
on top of it.
crazy good videos.
Her wardrobe is what blows my mind every
dude,
time.
Every
time a new game comes out, I'm like, I gotta go to Val's channel, see what she's wearing.
Well, forget about Val. I want you to start dressing up in some of these outfits, bro. I want to see Todd Jackson from Q2C VR Gamer doing the Temple of Zura course with your little Egyptian Cleopatra outfit on.
Never ever gonna happen.
Do that? Can we do that? grab Val's little what did she do? Her little clip video that she did. Can you grab that real quick?
Give me a second. I'm just dealing with
It's too good, man. And I want to see you wear it, because everybody will want to see this, because this is what SideQuest just dropped a key for Surgeoneer in chat. Holy moly, we're gonna keep this going, man. See how many keys we can get out here to people. Mickey Bear just dropped another key for Wanderer. Wanderer is an amazing game, guys. He just dropped a Steam key for Wanderer. VR Val wants you to cosplay with her. The two of you, she just did one with Clickster where he was a mummy. I'm laughing my ass off at this thing, man. It was so funny.
He was trying to kill her or something. Yeah, that was
there's a couple of people that really seem to really go all out when they make their videos, and that Val
Forrest Bailey is another.
Forrest Bailey is one, and Val is the other. L. Bailey, which I didn't. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned him earlier. He's another. He has another side a sidekick. L. Bailey is like killing it on his content. Like he did it like one of the Wizard games, and was completely dressed up, looking like Gandalf in this thing. It was amazing. Jenna Sequa says, I haven't played Wanderer. Oh my God, Jenna, it was one of my favorite games of all time. It is an adventure puzzle game, and it is my game of the year for last year. Not What the Bat. Wanderer was the game of the year last year. Blue Bottles dropped a battle group key, a Steam key in there. Holy moly. Guys, get these keys,
What
man.
the
It's an
heck is
amazing
happening
game.
on a
Battle
Saturday
Group is an
afternoon?
amazing game too. We
Yeah,
may break
right.
the record for most keys given out in a show. So
we
Todd, you
could.
shared the link. You can't get the or you're still looking.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to find my restream window. I got so many damn windows open. It's ridiculous.
Todd's got so many things going on. What is up, Wolveraza? How you doing, man? Space Denizen Boy Citizen says Todd should do a Ned Flanders cosplay and play Hello Neighbor. That is a
That's a really good idea.
That's something awesome.
Hello Neighbor's coming to VR.
Seriously, I think a collaboration between you and VR Val, both wearing the Cleopatra outfits in some way, has to happen. I'm pretty sure. This has. I need to make sure this happens in some way. We got Welsh Gamer VR just dropped a Quest 2 key for Coffin Rot.
What
awesome
a great
game
game.
from the
Developers are
makers.
so good.
Yeah, from the makers of the newly Quest store Rogue Ascent.
Rogue
That
Ascent
would be
boys.
Coffin
Yeah.
Rot. VR Val says 1,000% this needs to happen. Send me your measurements. She's gonna make them. All right, cool. We got it.
Yeah, you guys got to see this. This is
All right.
pretty
Let's
good. This
check
is VR
out
Val. I hope we don't
check
get
out one of my
demonetized now.
favorites. One of my new favorites out there. I love Val. Let's rock it. This is so good. Please wear this outfit, Todd.
I can't imagine how much work goes into these videos, Val.
I know. This is amazing. Dude, I can't make one video. Oh, man. Val, you're too good. Guys, go check out Val's channel, man. She's killing it. It is stuttering. Todd has McDonald's Wi-Fi. I apologize.
Well, I'm streaming from Canada. Give me a
He
break.
lives in Canada. It happens. But yeah, it's amazing. If you want to see it unstuttered, go to Val's channel. She's got some amazing shit on there. Go check her out. What's up, Z Storm? How you doing, man? So much fun. He says Eric should make one of those for What the Bat. I kind of did make What the Bat one. I just didn't dress up for it.
Yeah, right.
I should have done that with bat hands. That would have been awesome. VR Spry Guy says, please, Todd, don't wear that outfit.
Thank you, Spry Guy. Nobody
Oh,
wants
man.
to see that.
Some more keys dropping while the video was playing. Cave Digger 2 from Mickey Bear. Steam key, another great game. And then Todd back at it again. Holy crap, Todd. You just dropped it. This wasn't even planned. You just dropped Forever Bowl, another classic, Forever Bowl.
That's thanks to SideQuest. They just sent me.
Traveling Man says Mashopatra. Me and Val and the Mashopatra outfits.
Val says, "How can
Peter
be my
Grapes.
servant and fan me and feed me grapes?"
Awesome Tatum with a $5 super chat.
I got it. Eric is Cleopatra and Todd is Mark Anthony.
Oh no!
It's gonna
That's
take
not
more
gonna
than a
happen.
$5 super chat to make that happen.
Why am I Cleopatra? Why can't I be Mark Anthony? I want to be Cleo. I don't want to be
God, that's
Cleopatra.
awesome.
Oh my god. That's too funny, dude. Oh man.
You guys are
That was fun. I mean, Val is super good. All all the sidekicks, I have to say, are really, really good content creators. A lot of them up and coming content creators. A lot of them just started their channels within maybe the last year or looking to grow, but they're putting a ton of work into their stuff, man.
I'm gonna list them all off here so that everybody knows who these guys
Yeah,
are.
put them up because there's a ton of people I didn't even remember. I know that
Joshy Pashi, everybody knows Joshy Pashi.
Yep.
Lipnox.
Yep.
Obscure Nerd VR, which I think was in chat earlier.
Yeah, Andy was here. That Andy's awesome. Andy is one of the funniest people and a stand-up comic, by the
And
way.
he's a stand-up comic, yeah.
Yeah.
Obscure Nerd. Oh, that's what I said. A Spooky Fairy.
Yep.
We have VR with Jasmine.
Yep.
We have Clickster. Elforest Bailey. Iron Bug. Rezel VR. Steve Knows. That VR Girl. True Gamer for Reals. VR Val, of course. And Welsh Gamer VR. I think I hit everyone. And of course us here at Q2C VR.
I reached out not too long ago. I was trying to set something up where we had some of the kicks on to just kind of come in one night and talk to us about what's going on, and we just got really busy. We started traveling.
Right?
Yeah. So we have it out there, and we had many. Like Andy said, he wanted to come on. I think Val said she wanted to come on, and the Clickster and maybe some others. So we need to do that. I think maybe in June. We'll try and make that come to life.
Once we're back from AWE, I think we got quite a bit of downtime before August, which is I think the next big show. So I think it's a good idea this summer. We'll do some sort of, and we can even do it on a Saturday or something, so that we can get some of the European guys, because there's a lot of guys that are not in our time zone, right?
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Rezo VR has a good point. Tatiana is actually technically a sidekick too, which she does create. She does create, and Tatiana's like wicked pregnant right now.
Queen of the sidekicks,
still creating kick-ass content out there. So, and Tatiana's great because she wrangles all these amazing people and keeps everything in order and keeps everything going. Her and Kelly and some of the others over there.
She invited herself to the program.
Welcome, Tatiana. I want to have Tatiana on, at some point, because we've never had Tatiana on by herself. We had her on with Orla to talk about SideQuest, but once Tatiana has everything all set with her and she's ready to come back and do some stuff, I'd love to have her back on the show just to talk about Tatiana and how cool freaking she is. So
that's right.
Todd, is there anything else we want to do? We're about an hour and a half in of this show, and I think hurry up before the little one pop. You want to do it before? We can do it before. I'd love to do it before. Yeah, Tatiana, we'd love to do it before, but if you wanted to wait after, we could do it after too.
After's probably gonna be more busy for her.
I know, right?
I got 2 kids, man. She's gonna be busy.
I know.
Let's drop this in before
Mickey Bear dropping another key for Wizard the Dark Times. Holy moly, man. Mickey Bear is awesome, dude. All right, let's do it before. Yeah, we'll get in touch and we'll schedule it up. I think it would be amazing to have Tatiana in here and talking her and
our story.
It'll be amazing. Let's do it. Chat would love it. I guarantee it. Everybody loves Tatiana, so let's do it. Hey, PD is just sliding in late. What is up, PD? What's going on, dude? We actually saw you earlier, PD. We showed the third birthday video for SideQuest early on, and PD was a big star in that one too. So we actually got a PD sighting over there.
That's right.
I see a lot of people setting up times to get in there and to go to Banter and go and hang out and play and check it out. So mission accomplished. I think we got the community involved, and let's do it, man. Let's set up a Banter channel in the Discord, Todd, and get some people chatting and in there. That would be awesome.
For those of you who are on our Discord, we do have put a new bot in, not Max Headroom, a different bot that you can schedule play sessions, and people can react to that PlayStation, whether or not they want to go, and you can set up times and games and the whole kind of thing.
Max Headroom is fired, by the way.
I saw that earlier this morning.
Max Headroom, because what did he say? I can't remember what it was. Somebody tagged me in it. Oh, it was Michelle B. He said, because Max Headroom said, who said, Bacardi,
if you're looking for a recommendation, I highly suggest checking out Beat Saber. It's the perfect game
to get your heart pumping and your body moving in virtual reality. So if you guys don't know who Max Headroom is, he is our AI bot who basically, if you ask him questions, it's a virtual AI and he'll tell you anything. And Michelle B tagged me in and she said, Max is recommending Beat Saber. You heard it. So I said, Max, you're fired, bro. And I don't think he knew how to answer that one.
No, he didn't. You broke him.
I think I broke Max on that one. He's like, sorry, this request does not comply. He's fired, Todd. He is so fired. All right, I think that is going to call it, Todd. There's not much I really also I want to go over except to say make sure you guys catch Virtual Strangers tomorrow. Wes and Roots will be on and ready to kill it with another great episode, and I think we'll be back on Monday with Crewcast again. Todd, there's so many freaking shows, and like I literally just we did our show on Thursday at 9. I did Virtual Strangers last night at 11 p.m. We have this show today. I'm not doing Virtual Strangers tomorrow. I'm not, even if I can't do it. I got to say no.
Is it Mother's Day down there? It's Mother's Day up here tomorrow.
Mother's Day on Sunday. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, it'll be cool. But yeah, no, we'll do another show on Monday, and then we'll get some scheduling done. Hopefully, we can get Tatiana in here, and we'll get the sidekicks, man. We'll get some of these sidekicks in here. It'll be fun. I don't think we can do we'd have to do like a group of them, you know what I mean? Like maybe 3 or 4 at a time, or 2 or 3
do like
at a time.
the Christmas show and just have 12 of them.
Oh, we could do it. I would love to get every one of them in here. How many is there?
Awesome.
How many is there total?
10 or 12 of them.
I don't know how many we can fit. That's the only problem. I think we only fit 10 people or something like that, right?
I'd have to go back to the Christmas show and see how many we had on the New Year's show.
That would be cool. It'd be like the Brady Bunch of boxes in here.
And we'd all have the same hoodie on. It'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, everybody wears their hoodies. That would be amazing. I love it. Let's get it going. Let's work it out.
Hilarious.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here today. Me and Todd really appreciate it. We'll see you again. I'll be live streaming later tonight. I believe I'll be live streaming later tonight. Something for you guys to come and check out. We'll have some fun later with I don't know, Breachers, Ghost of Tabor.
Maybe we'll jump into Banter for a little bit. Maybe not live stream.
Yeah, maybe
we'll just jump in there with the community.
We could live stream it. We could live stream Banter. I could do it on my Quest and do that. And I don't know. We're gonna have fun. We'll do something tonight. We'll make it multiplayer tonight. I think multiplayer only, so we can get the community involved and come hang out with me and live stream. And all right, we'll see you guys soon.
Bye,
Take
guys.
it easy.